Hi guys, if you hear from someone the word toy, then you immediately imagine something kind and gentle, and then you'll be overwhelmed with warm memories of your childhood. Perhaps you'll be surprised, but toys aren't always beautiful and made for joy. There are a lot of things made for fun in the world, and sometimes they're hardly for children. And what did makers of these toys were thinking when they created such masterpieces? In today's video, we want to show you the 5 most strange toys that your younger brother or sister is unlikely to play with. Monster dolls. Usually the image of a doll is presented in the form of some smiling girl in a beautiful dress. But not in this case. Some producers, for some reason, decided that it would be interesting for children not to just play with simple dolls, but with real monsters. The first example of such a toy is a doll made in 1959 in America. It was the Maribel doll, and she also had a patch, plaster, and textile bandages and crutches. She was also called a Getting Well doll. And in 1972, the company Mattel released a doll with slanting eyes and a distorted face. When you were moving her left hand, you could see how the doll rides her faces. The artist Shane Aaron was also fascinated by the strange idea of making the dolls frightening. She created doll ghosts, doll monsters, doll skeletons, and even doll mummies. This is a doll named Cecilia. Well, what about the modern Monster High dolls? It seems to us that dolls decorated with a ton of makeup and externally modified don't teach modern girls anything good. Food chain friends. Many parents are sure that toys should teach children how to make friends, because it's a kind of friend for them in the childhood. But is it possible to talk about this in a food chain? Just look at this strange toy and say, is it possible to make friends with someone who eats someone smaller? Surely the creator of this toy believes that this is possible, otherwise he wouldn't release his product. But it seems to us that such a concept of friendship can give the child the wrong concept of life, and even turn it upside down. Cyclops cars. Honestly, you probably would be scared at the sight of such a monster on the road. Only these children in photographs are just driving and don't even realize that they are sitting on the brain of the charming Cyclops. It seems to us that not every adult would decide to get inside of such an unusual vehicle in order to avoid nightmares. The most interesting thing is that this car was not created for even grown-up children, but for babies, since the car looks very small. It's interesting whether the producers themselves feel at least a little disgusted in the process of making this toy monster. Doll rappers. And these two cupies should resemble 2 famous rap singers. It seems that manufacturers start to prepare children in advance for listening to certain music. Otherwise, how else to explain this appearance? Instead of the usual diapers and dummy in the mouth, we see typical clothes and decorations for rappers. And we wouldn't even be surprised if, with such toys, there were discs with rhythmic and aggressive music instead of lullabies or fairy tales. Strange creatures. And finally, we'll show you incredible animals that can't be found in everyday life. Here, say hi to a hybrid of a giraffe, an elephant, and a zebra. Not bad, right? As if the creators made this beast from the remained materials so nothing would go to waste. Wait a minute, we saw something else. The back of this animal is a piece of cheetah. Such an incredible combination of herbivorous animals with a predator will mislead not only the child, but also parents who are unlikely to be able to answer the question, who is this? And how do you like this thing? A toy in the form of a 2-headed monster with a kitten in its paws will rather cause disgust than a desire to take it in hands and squeeze. Most likely, not a single normal parent would buy such a mutant for his child. However, this creature is on the shelves of stores, which means that someone buys it. Look at this creation. It's very difficult to guess who or what its second part is. Okay, the top is rather clear. This is a fish. But whose feet has it got? It seems that manufacturers have a non-waste production and make toys from all materials they have. It's the same for the first stuffed toy. Well, we hope that we'll never have to see this strange thing, because it's completely unclear how to play with it. Well, that's all for today, guys. Until next time.